His Divine Grace, Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami, Sri Prabhupada ki Jai. Nand Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai. Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Narayanam Namaskritya
Naram Shaiva Bhagavam Devi Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Nashtaprayam Abreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavad-gītam Ashloke Bhakti Bhakti Naishti
Krishnaya
Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandaloka Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namah.
Om Gyananandasya
Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha.
Namo Vishnu
Padaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine.
Namaste
Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Ashtadhari Shamine Vanchakalpatarubhasya Kripa Sindhubhya Vasha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah.
Jai Shri
Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, yesterday we discussed about creation of the universal form, chapter 6. You can close down your books, laptops, let's do some recap. Okay, so we discussed that how the different elements were created in the primary creation, but they were not combining the deities of the elements or the senses, because we said they correspond, right? Deities of the different organs and the elements, like there is a sound, ether, and who is the deity? Agni. Mouth was Agni. Right? Agni.
Mouth.
So mouth. Organ was the mouth. So deity of the mouth. Mouth correspond to the element of sound and the ether. One is Tanmatra, one is gross element. And the mouth corresponds to that which vibrates sound. And the particular deity of the organ and the element is Agni. So we can call them as sense devatas or elemental devatas also. Okay? Discuss that. Therefore, they all prayed to the Lord so that they can serve Him combinedly. And the Lord, actually, they didn't have the form, the senses and the form to pray, but they manifested by the mercy of the Lord, we discussed. And they would offer prayers. And the Lord appeared, and then they again, that's form unmanifested. Brahmaji will give them the form later. So then the Lord listened to their prayers, and it is mentioned that He entered the 23 elements. So recall, how did He enter the 23 elements? And which Shakti He entered the 23 elements? Yes, Rasmi
Kali.
Kali, or the mention is Kala Shakti, which Prabhupada says Kali, fine. The So as a Kala Shakti, the Lord entered, and what that leads to, when he entered as Kala Shakti, what that happened then? Amalgamation or cohesion. They started coming together, the elements. Fine. Then again another Shakti acted in the process of creation. What is the other Shakti? After Kala Shakti, what was the other Shakti that acted? Yes, Jagadish Prabhu.
Kriya Shakti.
Kriya Shakti. What did the Kriya Shakti do?
Which awakens the living entities.
Awakens the
dormant
karmas. The dormant karmas were awakened. They did not have the gross bodies yet, but their karmas were awakened. Whenever then they, so the whole system is being set up first. Okay, then what happened? All the elements combined together, and then universal shell was created, and Vishwarupa was formed. And Vishwarupa is also formed. It's mentioned that Vishwarupa is attributed to the expansion of Mahavishnu called as Sahasra Shirsh Purusha. Why is called Sahasra Shirsh Purusha? Because the whole, this universal form is like multifarious, like Arjuna says, thousands of heads, thousands of hands. So everywhere is the Lord's leg, everywhere is hands, heads, and so on. So therefore, all this universe rests upon the Lord's energy. All these planets, they are floating on the Lord's energy. So therefore, the Lord enters the expansion of Karunodaksha Vishnu, enters upon whom all these planets are resting. That is Sahasra Shirsh Purusha. Sahasra Shirsh Purusha. So this Virat Rupa is attributed to Sahasra Shirsh Purusha. He has been glorified in the Vedas and so on and so forth. Second canto also mentioned of him. Sahasra Shirsh Purusha. And of course, at times it's described that it's attributed to Garbhodaksha Vishnu. They are both not different. Both are expansion of Mahavishnu. So when does the universe begin to develop? The Lord creates this blueprint or the situation where the planet will be situated, right? And the Brahmaji will just then place it appropriately. But the whole, the model has been created first. So Lord is like the architect, Brahmaji is like the contractor, you can say. The architect first creates the plan, soft copy in the mind. Right? It's in the mind only. Right? So nowadays we can put on the picture also, of course, but certainly things are conceived in the mind and then someone gives the gross shape. Brahmaji gives the gross shape like a contractor. Lord is the architect. So the architect, the whole Vishwarupa is created. So that is also attributed to Sahasra Shirsh Purusha. Attributed to Sahasra Shirsh Purusha, who is at times also called as Garbhodaksha. Or Garbhodaksha himself, there is they are not different. Both are expansion of Mahavishnu. At times described that Virat Rupa is the expansion of Garbhodaksha Vishnu or Sahasra Shirsh Purusha. How is Garbhodaksha Vishnu connected? Please know that there are three super souls. I don't know if they have already covered it or not. There are three super souls. At three levels, the super soul operates. At the level of total material creation. Who is the super soul of the entire material creation? Mahavishnu. Who is the super soul of the universe? One universe. And who is the super soul of individual living entities? Shiva Lakshmi. They all are called Antaryamis. Antaryami means those who enter and reside. Antaryami. All three are called Antaryamis or the super souls. All three. Ekastu Mahata Srishti Dutiya Anna Samstitam Tritiya Sarvabhutastam. Where are they situated? One is situated in the Mahatattva. Other is situated in the universe. Other is situated in every atom and heart of all living entities. Ekastu Mahata Srishti. The sum total of material energy. The Lord, by His potency, He enters to the glance.
Okay, so the glance is called the super soul.
Means He enters, He is there. Only when He enters, then the Prakriti develops. Like that. One is situated in the entire material, sum total of all energy. Second is situated in the universe. Third is situated in all atoms. So there are three super souls of the So like total material energy, one universe, within the universe, every living entity and every atom. Fine? Is that? We didn't discuss this. Is like this is not mentioned in the verses. I'm just giving you some little extra understanding which will help you to understand creation in general.
Which verse you quoted just now?
There in Bhagavad Gita also quoted three Vishnus. Vishnus tu Trini Rupani. There in Bhagavad Gita purport also. There are three Vishnus. Vishnus tu Trini Rupani. So, fine, three Vishnus, three super souls, they all, unless there is super soul, there is no external form. Just like Prabhupada would say, see, this is, you can learn a lot from this body also about the creation of the universe. So therefore I asked, before we discuss Vishwarupa, let's discuss about body. Because it's a subset. This body is a subset of the universe. So from a small subset we can learn certain things and apply it to the bigger universe. So unless there is a soul, the body doesn't develop, right? You know that. So unless there is a soul of the universe won't develop. Unless there is the soul of the entire material creation won't function. So first there has to be soul, then the development. So for the entire material creation, the super soul is Mahavishnu. For one universe to develop, the super soul is Garbhodakshaya. For all the living entities to develop, the super soul is Shirodakshaya. Without soul, there is no creation.
But the Mahavishnu, he's lying on the Corona ocean, right?
Yeah.
But then there's multiple Mahatattva's there, isn't it? Like multiple different universes.
No, see, that's the way of describing. See, see, what happens is, just the effect is mapped to the cause directly.
Right.
Effect is mapped to the cause. It's the Mahatattva that comes out and that is impregnated. And then the universe develops.
Right.
And then it's put it like all the universe comes from his body. It's put it like this. That's how we understand.
Okay, fine.
You see, like there are grown-up children, 5, 7. He said they all have been born from this lady, not like in this form,
Yeah.
like that.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
He's situated at the Corona ocean, Mahavishnu.
yeah.
27
Because
Yeah.
you said specifically.
Sometimes in between certain details are missed out just to show that the universes come from him, but there is a process. The process is described here.
Okay, fine.
Process is described here. The final effect is mapped to the cause.
Okay.
And that description is there at times.
Shirodakshaya Vishnu is of each living entity or each atom?
Both.
Both. So like inside the body also there are multiple super souls.
How does the super soul exist? It's not that he is personally present like that. How does the super soul exist?
Consciousness.
Just like one sun reflects in all water bodies. Now you create another water body, the sun will reflect. Another water body, the sun will reflect. How does the super soul exist? That's how it is to be understood. Right? Just like sun reflects in all water bodies. You may say, okay, when the water body dries up, where does the super soul go? Where the sun goes? It's there. Not reflecting, that's all. Fine? Yes, this is, we haven't yet begun the recap or even the today's. Okay, fine, one question.
The situation is like this. We have the universal form. Then after is mentioned Garbhodakshaya Vishnu first, universal form after, or is it?
No, it's mentioned everywhere that first the universal form is manifest. First the universal form is manifest. Then Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, and then that means prototype has been created, but then again there is inactivity. The universal shells are there and the model is there. But then it's not, nothing is proceeding ahead.
Okay, so universal form, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu.
Then Brahma, from his navel comes all the elements, living entities, the
Yeah,
lotus.
only because you mentioned, okay, the living entities are there, their karma is activated. Paramatma is already there or comes after?
Paramatma is, as soon as the living entity takes form, Paramatma is there within the heart. He reflects like a sun within every living entity.
Before Brahma's
When the
creation.
like when the universe is created, Garbhodakshai Vishnu enters by his energy. When any external form is created, then Paramatma exists within that
Okay.
by his expansion.
And Kshirodakasha Vishnu,
Hmm.
when does he manifest as well?
That's what the Kshirodakshai Vishnu during the when the form started coming out, we'll have to just look into exactly in the scripture any particular point that is indicated. But the universe is created, so Garbhodakshai Vishnu enters, so the individual forms are created. Then Kshirodakshai Vishnu expands and enters for them to function.
Where are the souls during all this time, the jivas? Well, you said it is coming from
Garbhodakshai
Garbhodakasha.
Vishnu.
So before Garbhodakasha Vishnu entering, it's there in the Mahatattva, right?
It is Mahatattva. Then they come into Garbhodakshai Vishnu.
Stomach.
Then they enter, erupt, and then Brahma places them.
But we see like some of the souls already entered the Virat room.
Placement.
Acha.
Placement. They will be placed here. Assignment.
Assignment. But then they also can enter and come out.
Yeah, at the end of every day of Brahma, they all enter back into Garbhodakshai Vishnu. Again, they come out. So like that. So they rest in Garbhodakshai Vishnu. Yes.
Because Garbhodakshai Vishnu will enter the Mahatattva, right? And then the living entities will come up. The living entities are already in their subtle forms within the Mahatattva. So when Garbhodakshai Vishnu is...
No, Mahavishnu, by his energy enters the Mahatattva. By his glance, that is, his glance is compared to him entering, in a way.
Right, but then when Garbhodakshai Vishnu is at the bottom to then release the living entities before that were in their subtle form, right?
Yeah.
But then when they were in their subtle form, are they not in the
The living entities means they were just the souls with their dormant karma and swabhava, not even subtle body. The soul accompanied by dormant, their karma and swabhava.
Oh. So are they within
Conditioning
the
is there.
So they're not even
Their
inside...
not subtle body is also not there.
So they're not even inside the Mahatattva at this point?
Hmm?
They're not even inside the Mahatattva at
No,
this point?
in the Mahatattva, the souls are injected by Mahavishnu.
Right.
After Brahma dies, all the souls rest within Mahavishnu.
But then how did they go from the inside the Mahatattva to then enter Garbhodakshai Vishnu to then come out outside of it? When does that take place?
You are saying from Mahatattva to Garbhodakshai Vishnu.
So basically, you see how you said they were the subtle form, right? And the other point...
Fine. Basically, what you are asking is how do all the living entities enter Garbhodakshai Vishnu? That link.
They are transferred from the Tattva to the body of
Garbhodakasha Vishnu. How they enter, that's what
Yeah.
I'm asking now.
Yeah.
How is the transfer? Because they...
At what point does that take place?
Huh?
At what point...
See that again, it's not physically mentioned like how they actually enter. Everything exists within and without the Lord.
It just enters in.
Yeah, everything always exists within and without the Lord.
All right, that.
Right? So the Mahatattva is created. So everything that is outside is also inside Garbhodakshai Vishnu.
Oh.
Okay.
So just like that.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Alright.
Inconceivable.
Yeah. So like that. See, we may not always be able to have a gross perception of everything. Like within our limited experience.
Right.
So we may not always be able to have a gross perception of everything. So therefore we have to understand certain things.
When you say gross perception, is that like seeing something?
Gross perception means how within our experience that physically things have to be moved.
Oh, like that.
Like
Oh, okay, fine.
yeah. So there are much subtler ways of things happening, many inconceivable ways. So we can't really have everything fit within our limited perceptions. We have certain experience how things happen in this world. So we may not be able to map everything as per our perception. Okay, so then now the universal form comes. Of course, you remember what the yogis meditate upon is a gross universal form. Brahmaji gives. So thus, what has been created, then all the devatas are placed and everything, planetary system are created, everything is visible. So what yogis meditate in the gross universal
Not
form.
the subtle.
No, the gross universal form. Because they are grossly situated. So then that is also universal form only basically. But first the model is created, then Brahmaji gives the external form
To
to the universal Vishwarupa, which is nothing but the one is the model of the universe, other is giving the actual, placing the things over there, giving the shape. And what the yogis meditate is upon the final, when everything is placed, the universe is the form of the Lord, the material form of the Lord, because Garbhodaksha Vishnu is the super soul. Okay? So therefore, we discussed yesterday that why is this form called imagination? Now, who can explain? Jayadagish will explain. Yesterday he was confused about it. Did you resolve your confusion?
No, I can explain.
Yeah.
Now,
Okay, first explain this body. Why did I say from this body? Because a lot of about universe can be learned from our body. How is this body factual and how is it imagination? Just explain.
So,
Some shape, very briefly.
we have this body.
Hmm.
In the gross sense, we can say it is a body. So
This
this
body-
is factual.
This factual, why?
Factual.
Why?
Because it exists.
It exists. Okay, but it won't exist always.
So that's why it's asat.
Okay, that's why it's a factual, but why it is factual? You are not giving the right reason. Not just that because it exists is factual. It is factual because, yes, it's factual because part and parcel.
of Supreme Lord.
It is created by the energy of the Supreme Lord. Material energy is real.
Real.
This body is created by the energy of the Supreme Lord. Remember, anything that comes from the energy of the Supreme Lord is real. Why is Maya called illusory energy? Why is Maya called illusory energy? Because it creates illusion.
Illusions.
What kind of illusion? I am the body. But the energy is real. Energy is real. She is illusory in terms of her function, not in terms of her constituents. What she is composed of, all the, right, as we said, there is upadana, nimitta. Her function is to bring illusion, but energy is real and is eternal. Material energy is real and eternal. It is called illusory, not that because of its constituents, because of its function. Understood? So therefore, everything in this world which is composed of the energy of the Lord, there is a reality in that. This body is real because it is composed of the material energy which is real. Is that understood? Material energy is real. Have you studied that before? Not yet, not emphasized. Bhagavad Gita. Material energy is real. What is illusion? Then in relation to the body.
Thinking I am this.
I am the body. The body is real, but I am the body. That is illusion. Mainly. Now applied to universe. Is the universe real?
Yeah, it is.
Yes. Why? Again, same thing. Created by the Lord. What is the illusion in the universal form?
That is the
Wait. What is the illusion in the universal form? What is the imaginary part in the universal form?
That blueprint.
Movement is imaginary.
That is blueprint is
What is
factual.
the- huh?
Blueprint is factual.
Factual. Energy of the Lord is factual. What is Prabhupada says universal form is imaginary. Virat Rupa is imaginary. What is that aspect which is imaginary? What is that aspect of universal form which is imaginary? Yes, Devakrishna. What is the imagination in the universal form?
The whole form is an imagination because it's a method to bring the materialist
No.
to spirituality.
No. I wrote it down also. On the board, I wrote down what is the imagination in regards to universal form. You didn't take the notes?
Photo.
No, the
You have to see what I write on that. Must take note it down and study. Okay, yes, what is the imagination in the universal form?
That we are taking as Lord's, the body, kind of, the form in the sense.
That this form is,
Not eternal.
this form
Sarupa,
is
Sarupa.
Sarupa.
Virat
What
Rupa.
means?
Sarupa.
What is the imagination in Virat Rupa or in universal form? That this form of the Lord is Lord Sarupa.
Sarupa.
Sarupa means eternal form.
Same.
Is eternal form. This is not eternal form. To think that this universe is the all in all form of the Lord.
Body.
Or his Sarupa. This is what is the Lord's form. That is imagination. It's not a Sarupa, it's a material form, temporarily manifesting. Is it clear? Sarupa means what? Sarupa means eternal form which never changes, never destroyed. It's Satchidanand form. That is Swarupa. Manifested by his internal potency, that is called Swarupa. So means Satchidanand, that is the same as the nature of the Lord. Yes.
In Vishwarupa,
Hmm.
the gross form is there or not? In the beginning, Lord, in the primary creation, Lord creates the blueprint, right?
Then the gross form, Brahmaji gives the place, Brahmaji gives the gross form to the Vishwarupa.
He gives gross.
He, like all the elements, different living entities get their bodies, they already placed. Those in the mode of ignorance will recite these planets, the blueprint has been created, and Brahmaji then starts populating accordingly.
So that means the gross form,
Brahmaji gives the
gross
gross.
form of universal form is exists.
Yes,
Then what imaginary is? It's not an eternal form of the. I mean eternal.
imaginary is that this form is the all in all or the Sarupa of the Lord. That is the imagination. Gross form is existing, subtle is existing. But to consider that the Lord has a material form, that's all. The Lord, his real form is spiritual form, but for the purpose he assumed this material form. But that's not his eternal form. To consider that this form is all in all is the imagination. But this form is the Swarupa, that is the imagination.
Confused. Like,
Just like I am the body,
yeah.
I am this body,
This concept I understand.
this is imagination. Similarly, Lord is not the universe.
Yeah.
He has his own eternal form, Satchidananda. As simple as that. Just like I am this body is the imagination. Similarly, to think that this universe is the Satchidananda Swarupa of the Lord, that is imagination. Is it clear or not?
Yeah, now clear.
No.
Just one question.